And with that, we are moving on, sliding on over into the final song on the album. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It's so weird when I'm doing like songs straight and I say welcome back, even though like I've been here. We're moving on into the next track, the final track, the closer of the album, Marquee Moon by Television. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. I would assume that if you're here now, you've probably enjoyed coming to this point. We're listening to Torn Curtain. It's going to be the last one, which immediately gives me the image of the curtain closing on the album. Perhaps this curtain is torn and it can't close. The show must go on. I don't know. Let's go ahead and give it a listen. We'll talk about it after. Let's go. Jeez, that came in hard. Dude, this might be the best song on the album. I love this rolling groove with this kind of unique riffage going on too. I can't take that. Personally, I just don't care. I declare that on a first listen the best track on the album. That's one of the best tracks I've heard in recent times. That Torn Curtain. Hold on, let me get back to it. Torn Curtain is one of the best tracks I've heard in recent times. It is not even close. That is sheer brilliance. that is mind-blowing to me. Is this okay? I know everyone talks about the title track and Venus. I've heard, yeah, but like there may have been suggestions. I don't know. I'm recording this album before any of the album has come out, even though for me it's been a few days since the first half. Is anyone talking about Torn Curtain? Not only is it to me the best track on the album, is one of the best closers I've heard. Listen, that little groove that they have, right? Ba da 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 tears. Tears. That whole rigmarole, I love that drive. That particular segment is just so powerful. It is incredibly driving. I love how such a small little piano line, so melodic, just flying on the side, can add so much to this grand, not overture, but I guess it's an over because it's done. Sure. At the end here, like it just adds this big grandiosity to the music that is just absolutely wild. The guitar playing throughout is, to me, as impactful as, for example, Hotel California by the Eagles. Yes, it's a song that everyone knows. It's one of those tracks, but you can't deny the guitar solo in there is great. It sounds, here, listening to Torn Curtain, it's like the guitar work is just as powerful, just as noteworthy, just as incredible, just as, like, should be mentioned. Like, it should be, like, talked about. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's the excitement on a first listen. I don't think so. I know a good track when I hear a good track, and this is a really good track. I love the opening, rolling into it. Billy just starts rolling into it. Just give us a little entrance, and the rolls kind of made me think of Torn Curtain. Made me think of a circus for a moment or some sort of act. So like you have that opening as whether it's the trapeze artist or whatever is going on, you have those drums going on as like they're preparing to do their stunt, right? And this is basically their last stunt. But this segment here, hold on, let me see if I can find it for you. I can almost guarantee you that there's some YouTuber out there that's doing like either a big dissection on this song or even just on this segment, on the verse. You have that rolling rhythm from Billy. He just rolls the drums. And I like how he moves it from like a standard... actually, let's listen. he's playing those hi-hats again. He's adding in those kicks, but he creates this kind of rolling movement in the music. Then the guitar chords. I don't know scales. I don't know chords. I don't know fifths of thirds and circles of thirds and fifths and sixths and all those stuff. I don't know. But there's something very interesting about those chords in the guitar. There's something very unique about them. For a moment, some of the guitar work actually sounded kind of Frippian to me, if that's a thing. But it reminded me of Fripp in certain ways. But there's something dark and mysterious and a little of that, to quote Todd Rundgren, Eastern intrigue in there in those guitar chords. Right? There's something about it. There's something kind of about it. And then Tom's singing throughout this album, but in this particular track as well, is just perfect for everything that they create, for the atmosphere that they're creating. He has this uncaring and yet strong presence when it comes to the vocals, but not so strong of a presence that it takes away from anyone else, because they are all little gods in their own rights. When it comes to the music here, I mean, they just all commit and bring so much to the table. But just in the verse here, I just think it's so incredible, everything that you hear going on. Slides on the bass, bringing a certain kind of rhythmic warmth to the music, but that chorus. But do you hear, like, yeah, it's obviously powerful, it's obviously big, but it's just that little melodic, probably one-handed little piano line. Da 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 da. That just like it helps bring everything out. You could think of it like, I don't know, some sort of seasoning on a food. The food is already good. It's cooked, it's right, good. But you add in that one seasoning, you add in that one sauce, and it brings out all the flavors even more. It enhances it. Torn Curtain needs to be talked about. I hope that some of you guys are talking about it. Like I said, all this is recorded before any of the videos are coming out. So for all I know, some of you could have been saying from the very beginning, can't wait to see what you think about Torn Curtain. But someone needs to talk about Torn Curtain. Torn Curtain reveals another play. Torn Curtain, such an expose. I'm uncertain where beauty meets abuse. Torn Curtain loves all ridicule. All right, so I like this already. It's a torn curtain revealing things that aren't supposed to be revealed, right? The torn is not open, it's torn. So that also kind of, I guess in a sense, can reflect a little bit of abuse. And also that expose, showing things behind the curtain that aren't supposed to be shown. Tears, tears, rolling back the years. Years, years, flowing by like tears. Tears, tears, rolling back the years. Years, years, the years I've seen before. What a great way of the band saying the tears, tears, years part. Using that word, whether it's tears or years, to start the next line of the chorus, which then ends, years will always end in tears. Which could also be, of course, a reflection on perhaps thoughts of relationships. And tears will always lead to you. Torn curtain giving me the glance. Torn curtain is bringing on the trance. But I'm not hurting, holding to the thread. Torn curtain lifts me on the tread. So, of course, the curtain gives him a glance to see what's happening behind the scenes. Bringing on the trance, perhaps he can't look away. He's not in pain. He's holding onto the thread. And the curtain lifts him on the tread. So when I think of a tread, I think of like the path that the curtain has to take. Now, he's holding onto a thread. The curtain is torn. Is he holding onto the thread that's hanging, like if he pulls it, it tears even more? Is he trying to keep it together? Is he trying to hold it together so that the curtain can once again hide what's behind it? Or is he actually trying to reveal it? So many thoughts. So many thoughts. Torn curtain feels more like a rake. Torn curtain, how much does it take? Burn it down. And then the chorus. So there you go. He wants to see the truth, whether it is good, whether it is bad. He wants to expose what's behind the curtain, because his final statement is burn it down. Okay, but seriously, is anyone talking about torn curtain? Like, that's... I think that may be, like... I don't want to speak way preemptively, like, Lifetime and everything, but I can say in recent months... maybe longer. I just think that that's one of those songs that just hits me personally. Maybe this is a song that everyone else is like, oh, Torn Curtain, like that's like the worst song on the album. Show me those people. Because this is how I'm gauging my first reaction to Torn Curtain. Even though I held it together a little better, I think. Hearing this reminds me of the same feeling I had when I first heard Awaken by Yes. I'm just putting it out there. I'm telling you how I feel. I don't know how you feel, but I'm telling you how I feel listening to Torn Curtain. What an amazing album. Every song in here has just been banger after banger, hit after hit, and then to close it all off with this magnificent piece of music, I think it's just crazy. What else can I say, guys? Wonderful journey of an album. Wonderful recommendation from you all. Thank you so much for guiding me into this. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. What a great way to end. Man, I'm gonna listen to that again. Please let me know what you guys thought of the album. Let me know what you thought of this track. Of course, like, let's stick to this track for just a moment. Like, what did you think of Torn Curtain? Did you hear this? Like, anytime when I'm hearing that, like, my heart is it's swelling. Anyways, let me know what you thought of Torn Curtain, the best track on the album. You can let me know those thoughts in the comments down below. You can also follow me on Twitter. You can support the channel if you like what I do and you want to take this extra step. You can support my channel on Patreon. You can do that as well. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you've watched all the videos of this album and you don't see that subscribe button like faded out like you pressed it already, I mean, why not? You're already here. Otherwise, that's the show. That's the video. That's the reaction for today. Have a wonderful. If you didn't like this song, listen to it again. Hey, have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys. Tears.